and welcome to the daily broadcast of The Whaley Show with Joe Stewart. We have breaking news. For those of you who haven't yet graduated, the 5 is silent. Oh, hold on. Oh, that's embarrassing. I just got a report that we misspelled breaking. That's an O. Anyways, today we're going to talk about a way that some people are affecting the food webs. To you, Simran.
Well, thank you. Lately in Syracuse, people around Antelope Island have been putting their hands in water to catch frogs. This is getting them sick. This is affecting the food chain in a way we couldn't have expected. Over to Keanu.
Thanks. How this is affecting the food chain is that the frogs are getting each other sick. And then, once they're sick, they'll eventually die. And then, after they die, there's a dead body floating around the river, which gets the other systems of the frogs sick also.
Can I have it?
And over to Luke.
Yeah, thank you. This topic is very close to me. It's recently in Buffalo Point, I've heard that some students are going to the pond and catching frogs. They then put them in their lockers so that they can't escape. This brought to my attention that doing this would infect the locker, making the student and anyone else who opens the locker sick. Back to Simran.
Well, that's a great thing, Luke. Another thing that could be affecting the environment is when it is eaten by a fish, the fish could get sick. And then when birds eat the fish, the birds get sick. And this chain reaction goes on. I think that...
Well, Simran, this is very true. But what you're not thinking about is not only how this affects the species, but the environment. For example, like when the kid goes to the pond, he's stepping on the reeds or the plant, which breaks the environment around it. Luke, do you want to add on to this?
Yes, and thank you. The disease affects the water, so when kids put their hands in the water, it gets the bacteria on their hand, which they carry home. Then they can infect anything in the house, including pets and family members. And not to mention, he would be infecting all the stuff that he touches along the way. To you!
Well, time's up. But before we end, we should talk about ways how you can help the frogs. Over to Simran.
Well, ways we can do this to teach the kids what they're doing wrong. And you can also take all the animals in the stream and put them in a wildlife reserve. Or you could also just...
Well, actually, you could just put a fence around the stream. Beep! Oh, time's up. And good night.
Good night.